As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky, at least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me? How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sotha-Seal's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality. Consult with the Archcanon to decide our next course of action. This Ashlander thief must be dealt with before my condition dooms my people. Now leave me. If my concentration wavers, Vardenfell is doomed.
Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution. Lord Vivek must conserve his remaining energy, so we need to solve this problem on our own. It all comes back to Chodala. That damned Ashlander's draining the warrior poet's power. We need to stop him and get that damned staff. How should I know? That's not a skill the Tribunal teaches. Return to Barrelzar's tower and get Sotha-Seal's former apprentice to come up with some kind of countermeasure. I'm sure he knows more than he's told you. I do have one concern, though. You see right through me, Outlander. I have more worries than a Kwama queen has eggs. I'm talking about Chodala's sister. Seren claims to want to help, to want peace, but I don't trust her. Seek out Barrelzar, but be wary of the Ashlander's sister. We need to stop Chodala, and to do that, we need to find a way to overcome the device he's wielding. Find Barrelzar and make sure that crazy mage provides you with something we can use to save Lord Vivek. Is the bull sure it can bed the Betty? No. But by all accounts, we'll be better off with Sunara in our hands and away from Chodala. That won't be possible, however, as long as the Ashlander remains impervious to every attack. Vivek loves this land, and the land loves him in return. He's always had a special bond with Vardenfell. Is it so hard to believe that Red Mountain reflects his suffering? Beyond that, there's also Bardao. Lord Vivek's intervention stopped the moonlit from crashing into the city. He holds it above us by strength of will. But as he weakens, so too does the power that keeps the rock afloat. If Vivek's energy wanes further, it would spell disaster. The female Ashlander? Well, if that wasn't enough of a reason, remember that she's also Chodala's sister. Blood sings to blood, as the warrior poet so elegantly put it. Be wary of that one, Outlander. She'll stab you in the back. Mark my words.
I don't like the looks of that sky.
Pull yourself together. You're a buoyant armiger for Vivek's sake.
Behold, citizen. Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you.
Is someone up there? I could use some help down here. Hurry, please. I have a natural aversion to danger. It's past. Wipe your feet and come inside. So hard to concentrate and maintain schedules when interruptions constantly occur. Don't they know the Great Gear never pauses in its rotations? So that was you up there. I appreciate the assistance. Daedric entities can be very unpredictable. Logic has very little place in the behavior of Daedra, my hopeful associate. Studying the fabric of reality does tend to attract unwanted attention. These creatures appeared just before you entered my tower. I wonder, why have you returned? Ah, a modification of my master's old experiments, turning a simple tool into a dangerous weapon. Ingenious! Evil, yes, but also quite brilliant. A tonal inverter should counter it. Uses sound waves to temporarily disrupt the flow of energy. No, of course not. I just invented it. I need proper components to build such a device. My hirelings scour the land for materials all the time. Here's a list. Head out the back door and ask them to direct you to these common dwarven components. Hirelings? Yes, they worked for me. Before they quit, ungrateful netches. Still, I paid them well before the pistons slipped their alignments. They should know where to find the components. Last I heard, Snorfen and the others were in Molag Mar. The situation is wound dangerously tight, but I believe the gears revolve around you. Once you leave, I should be perfectly safe. Or at least as safe as I ever am in the midst of all these experiments. You, however, stay vigilant, my friend.
If you're another pilgrim looking for charity, I suggest you move along. I have neither the time to waste nor the gold to spare. I'm currently between employment, and my own funds have become dangerously depleted. Let me see that. What's that crazy mage need this time? I suppose you could find a manual clockwork shaft in the Nichu-left ruins. But I'd avoid that place if I were you. If the roof doesn't collapse, the constructs will rip you apart. If you insist. Deep in the ruins churns a big machine. When I was there, it sputtered and vibrated, collapsing parts of the ceiling. Lava and rock fell everywhere. You need to get past that and some nasty constructs to retrieve the item. That mage is a menace. Oh, he always paid well, but the places he asked me to go, each was more dangerous than the last. And if I had to hear about the Great Gear one more time... For my own health and sanity, I had to break ties with Barrelzar.
Another new face. Wonderful.
Damned vampires. I'll find a way to make them pay for what they did to my brother. I swear it on the tribunal and any Daedra willing enough to listen. What do you want? Can't you leave a person to her anger and her grief? He did he? Let me see that list. Well, the crazy old mage always said there were no coincidences. The inversion conduit. I saw one in lobe2k's, right before I barely escaped from those damned vampires. Eager to become cattle for the bloodsuckers? The Burn clan killed my brother. Damn their eyes. The item you seek was in the manufactory, but you'll need a control rod to get a dwarven spider to unlock it for you. Because the mage wanted to send me to the far side of Vardenfell, and I need to remain here. I'm not going anywhere until I make the Burn clan pay for what it did to my brother. If you can kill some of the bastards, that'll be a start.
Halt! Scum like you belongs on the bottom of my... Now get lost, scum.
I feel like such a puny snowback, hiding here in Molag Mar. But you don't want to hear about my troubles. What can this broken Nord do for you? Berylzar. He's the reason I'm a shattered man, doomed to become a cowering sheep like the rest of these pilgrims. All right, let me see that. Arkanthung Stordoms. You can find a Sonance generator there, after you deal with the steam trap. The cursed contraption. I almost had it figured out when a ghost floated up to me. No problem, I think. But then it enters a Centurion. Ghost machines. No sane Nord can fight ghost machines. I dropped my notes and ran as fast as I could. Not just ghosts. Ghosts that possess dwarven machines. I'm through working for that crazy old mage and his clockwork monstrosities. But if you want to get past the steam trap, find my notes and follow the directions.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead and nothing can... What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Riven was Oran's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most... There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, we'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll... I know Vatala. He's a typical Redoran soldier. Loyal to... Oran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his... As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply. That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Naryu, not you. No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Oran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled. You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Vatala and his squad. They're probably hiding. Or dead. They better not be dead. Naryu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about what happened to Oran won't last much longer. We need to find that squad of soldiers. Fine. You wait for Naryu. I'm going to go and find those soldiers. Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail. Bedroll. Still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier. A Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
When we catch those thieves, we ought to toss them into Red Mountain.
Corporal
How bad
Darble.
is it? Can the High Priestess replace the item?
But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellem's soldiers inside. Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Who's that? We won't let you take us without a fight. Wait, Bea, is that you?
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vea are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vea to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared. This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage and then we can find a one of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away.
You find the key. Me and Vattila. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Vea, I'm just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother. You find the key. In the meantime, Vattila and I are going to get reacquainted. I want to hear about what happened when my brother was sent to confront the Ashlanders.
I've never seen that look on Vea's face before. Get the key and let us out, please! You don't know what those crazed cultists are capable of.
Another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
I knew I shouldn't have told Vea the truth. I just made everything worse. Please, let us out of here. We have to stop Vea before she does something she'll regret. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Ulran to deal with. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulran to kill his own soldier to save a savage? Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time, as soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain. How dare you! When House Redoran hears about this, you're going to regret your actions.
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vea leave the safe house? And why is House Redoran tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this debacle a little more palatable. That explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redoran soldiers. Vea might still be inside. Or she might have given them the slip. She could be anywhere by now. If Vea kills Briven without a writ, the Morag Tong and House Redoran will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vea's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
Even if you hadn't destroyed those shipments, I'm sure the tribunal would have stopped the plague before it reached Morna.
House Telvanni still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything? But what about the pact? House Telvanni stayed out of the pact.
Scour the streets. Search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
The young woman, she killed them all. Didn't say a word, just walked in, drew her blades, and cut down every soldier who tried to stop her. And her eyes. I never saw such rage as I saw in her eyes. She headed upstairs, to Captain Briven's apartment, I think. I can't believe she killed all these soldiers. No, she totally ignored us. Just the soldiers. Nobody else was harmed.
What will become of me?
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Briven is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister and Vivek. Briven is the finest soldier I know. He'll set Vea straight. I'm sure of it.
Have I offended the three?
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redren garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain? We have to get to her before she gets to Briven. She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Vea and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that. don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Brivin wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the Council. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Redoran Council feels the same. Maybe Brivin's trying to show them what the War Claws can do. The War Claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redoran blood off my hands. Let's go stop Veya. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find Veya, bonk her on the head, and get her out of here before she does something I can't fix. Easy as gore apple pie. Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Veya skewers him. Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. We must find Brivin and keep him alive until I can talk some sense into my damn apprentice. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide, and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the counselors. Just another day at the fair, right, hero? Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. If we can't get through this door, there's only one other way to go. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in. And if we still don't find Brivin or Vea, well, at least there'll be plenty to drink. And I'll figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know, attending a House Redoran Council meeting was always a secret goal of mine. Right after getting a lusty Argonian maiden to scrape my flesh raw with her abrasive tongue.
This one wonders if the meat of shave skins is tasty. You will give Khajiit some moon sugar, yes? This one wonders if the meat of shave skins is tasty. Getting old is This one wonders if the meat of shave skins is tasty.
Khajiit's family died when the plague spread through Senchel.
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Redoran, yes?
like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself! What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Counselor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you. Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Counselor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Counselor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House, to show that Ulrun's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. A test Ulrun failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his...
That's for Ulrun. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vea actually did it. She killed Brivin in cold blood. Vea killed Brivin without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Vea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me both. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Vea can't be allowed to kill the counselors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vea's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Vea's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Let's go. Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down. Vea's getting close. We're running out of time. Let me try to open this door.
Vea, daughter. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid lock.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulrun, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can. That's why I have to do this.
That's an order.
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councillors have to die. No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today! Enough there! This isn't the way!
Would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another.
She wants to talk to you, hero, not me. Best not keep the High Counselor waiting.
The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet. She's still breathing. The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the Counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Veya's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway. And, more than likely, so am I. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that. But it still feels wrong. Yes, you're right, damn it all. Veya spilled Redoran blood, and now she has to pay. I'll take care of it. She's my responsibility. You don't have to watch this. Go, I'll meet you back in Balmora after it's done. I need to do this alone. Now go. I'll see you in Balmora.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have told him longer.
More deaths, more blood on my hands. Just another day in the War of Tom, eh, hero? Bea died quickly. I didn't want her to suffer any more than she already had. This was for the best. If I keep telling myself that, maybe I'll eventually believe it. And my head's still attached to my beautiful neck, so that's something, right? There's always a choice. Bea could have chosen not to kill Redrin soldiers. She could have chosen not to kill her father. I could have chosen not to kill her. But hey, it seemed like the thing to do. Now leave me alone so I can finish my wine. What do you want, hero? You want me to say that you're right? Fine, you're right, damn it. We'll all keep more secrets, and everything will go back to the way it was. Look, I'd offer you some of my wine, but I don't want to. Really? Is this what justice feels like? My apprentice killed her own father, and I killed her. We've got a lot of death, but not much else. Just another typical day in the Morog Tong. Look, it may not sound like it, but I am grateful for your help. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember Vea by. For an outlander, I think she kind of liked you. I suppose I kind of like you too. Really, I'm not always this morose. Next time we meet, you'll see. Take care, hero. I need a nice warm bath. I hear the ones in Vivek are spectacular. I'd ask you to join me, but there's barely going to be enough room for me and my hangover.
For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances from House Redoran. They will handle this trouble in the mine. You need only be patient.
Patient? The foreman just dragged another egg hen out of the mine and he's worse than the rest. This is on your head, Mulbena.
I presume you've come here seeking work? I'm afraid the mine may be closed for some time yet. Not too long, of course. Anyway, feel free to stay as long as your coin purse allows. Our innkeeper will no doubt appreciate the business. Some of our egg hens have fallen ill. We've elected to keep them in the mines until we find the source of the sickness. Just a precaution, mind you. Surveyors from House Redoran should be arriving any minute to, you know, survey. Trapped? No, don't be absurd. It's not as if they're itching to leave. Look, House Redoran will sort this out. Speak to Foreman Lothdar.
miners! Damned fanatics. They've no respect for the craft.
only just arrived, or is this you returning? I can't always keep the cogs and pistons in line. Ah, I remember. The components for the tonal inverter. Were you able to acquire them? Impressive. I thought I'd never see you again. That's what usually happens when I employ hirelings to acquire rare and exotic items from dangerous locations. Well, the great gear doesn't dawdle, neither do I. Hand them over and I'll get to work. One tonal inverter coming up. Yes, tight the spring. Don't explode. Almost done. There. Phew! Got it right the first time. No explosions. Yet. Go ahead. You can take it. I'm sure it's stable. Mostly sure. Once the tonal inverter is in your possession, talk to me and I'll tell you how it works. Do you like it, my latest creation? I call it the tonal inverter. Did I mention that already? No matter. It should counteract Sotha Seal's modified staff, at least momentarily. I assume you know how to use this, correct? Of course you don't. I just invented it. Honestly. You won't use it anyway, not if you plan to fight the one who wields Sotha Seal's staff. Almost impossible to operate the tonal inverter while also engaged in battle. It's too cumbersome. The Sunara, the Blessed Staff? I suppose the name fits, sort of. You'll need someone to assist you, someone you trust. Oh, not me. Too busy, too fragile. But using the tonal inverter is definitely a two-person activity. Easy as scrib jelly pie. One person operates the controls to generate the sound waves. When it reaches the proper pitch, you activate the inverter and discharge its energy to disrupt Sunara's power. Temporarily. Here, I read you instructions.
Charge to have a look.
I've got just what you need.
Come to check up on me, hero? What? Did you think I was so depressed that I'd drink myself silly and fall into the ocean? Well, I'm neither drunk enough or motivated enough to walk that far. And I prefer my water to be warm and full of bubbles. Really? Who should I blame then? House Redoran? Council Eris? Ulron for doing the right thing and starting this whole mess? I know! I'll blame the Ashlanders. Everybody else does, so why shouldn't I? Ugh. Maybe I just need another bottle of wine. I go back to doing what I do best, and hope the Morag Tong never finds out what happened. At least the deal we made protects my people. We've worked so hard to climb out of the shadows and regain our position. I'm glad I didn't jeopardize that. Bea was a good apprentice. She would have made an excellent assassin. I just wish I could have done more to prevent what happened. At least... No. That's not something you need to know. At least not right now. I can I? Well, aren't you the sentimental fool? Ask me about Vea again someday, after some of the pain has passed. Then I'll tell you a story. I guarantee it's one that will keep you on the edge of your seat. But not today, hero. Not today.
My store.
Your presence defiles this city, Ashlander. How dare you demand to see our god?
I'm here to help. If you won't listen to me, listen to the Outlander.
Thank the three. The Outlander has returned. Was Barrowzal able to help us? Pay no attention to this Ashlander. She's been blathering on about Lord Vivek's condition and how she can help, but I'm certain it's a trick of some sort. I was just about to have her thrown out of the city, or possibly tossed to the slaughterfish. I know who she is. I still don't trust her, and I refuse to let her anywhere near Lord Vivek. Who knows what an Ashlander would do while the warrior poet is in such a fragile state? A total what now? Well, since I can't go with you, or with Lord Vivec requiring my undivided attention, I suppose we'll have to let the Ashlander assist you. Very well. Take her and defeat Chodala. Then bring me his staff so we can restore Vivec.
If that old idiot is what passes for a tribunal leader, it's no wonder the houses are in such disarray. No time to dwell on that, though. I found my brother, and it's worse than I feared. Chodala's quest for power has led him down a dark path. Chodala and his most loyal followers have taken refuge in a ruin called Kaushtarari. It's an ancient shrine devoted to the Daedric prince Malakath. I think my brother plans to ask the God of Curses to help him. It will allow us to stop Chodala? Then of course I'll help you. Since the Tribunal's dogs took my weapons, I'll need to replace them. Meet me at the ruins when you're ready. Here we are, on the Furious One's bloody doorstep, preparing to enter a Daedric ruin to try to stop my brother's march toward power. I hope that device you mentioned really can counter the invulnerability granted by the staff, Sunara. Well, that's larger than I expected, but it looks simple enough to operate. I suppose it's better that I work the device. I'm not sure I'm capable of attacking Chodola. He's still my brother, no matter how dangerous his beliefs have become. I'll help you counter the effects of Sunara. Maybe once we neutralize it, Chodola will listen to reason. I know that's probably just wishful thinking. I'll settle for finding out who tempted Chodola with that damn staff. Go ahead. Ask your questions. Then head into the ruins. I'll be right behind you. The tribes rejected him. Azura set her face against him. Now Chodola's seeking aid wherever he can find it. That makes him more desperate than I imagined, and more dangerous. Why he decided to solicit Malakath, the god of curses, I have no idea. Malakath's an evil god, the Daedric prince of curses and broken promises. Perhaps that's why Chodola has sought him out. The prophecy of the Nerevarine was Chodola's to fulfill before it was wrenched away from him. Perhaps, but I don't think so. The Oathbreaker prefers a more direct approach. He isn't one to hide behind convoluted schemes and plots. Still, if Malakath agrees to support my brother, we'll have one more problem to deal with. It's true I have no love of the Tribunal. I also have no stomach for a war between my people and the Great Houses. Too much blood will be spilled to no good end. Even Azura proclaims that my brother must be stopped. I'll help you in any way I can. Over there! Those red exiles. They've been slaughtered.
Chodala? He's gone mad. Sought to make a deal with a Daedric prince. Chodala appealed to Malakath, but the god of curses rebuked him. Killed us all. Said Chodala already served another. He went deeper into the ruins, into Malakath's shrine.
To Malakath. Another prince's power is at work here.
You dare refuse me, Malakath? I am the Nerevarine.
Chodala, brother, stop this madness.
You bring this outlander to kill me, sister? You can't harm me. I have a powerful patron on my side.
The staff protects him. You can't hurt him until we use the tonal inverter. I need a moment to get this working.
What is that? No matter. You are no longer worth my time.
Scarfin! They serve the Prince of Bargains. Keep them busy while I finish this. Inverter is ready. Stand in the field and focus the wave.
My protective shield! What have you done? I'll destroy all of you for this!
With the false Nerevarine, just as you commanded. That was harder than I expected. Chodala was so angry, so full of rage, not like himself at all. Still, I can't believe I helped kill my own brother. I know that! It was either Chodala or the lives of hundreds of Dunmer. All because he convinced himself he was the Nerevarine. Or someone convinced him. Either way, my brother is dead, and the Cavern of the Incarnate has another resident. Take Sunara, and I'll meet you back in Vivec City. Your Archcanon made it quite clear that the staff was the key to saving Vivec. I need to take care of my brother's remains. Then we'll be done here.
Vivek protect us. Oh, this is terrible. Lord Vivek collapsed. Tell me, Outlander, were you able to defeat Chodola? Have you brought me a staff? I'm afraid Lord Vivek may not last much longer. And just in time. According to my calculations, with every use of Sunara, Chodola drained more energy from Lord Vivek. It almost killed him. We can use this staff to save Vivek. Just plant it in the floor. It's working just as I expected.
What are you doing? It's killing him!
What did you expect? That's the point of all this, after all.
I've powered up the tonal inverter. Activate the wave!
Pet hound of the Prince of Bargains. I should have known. Talk to the Ashlander while I compose myself.
I knew something was wrong as soon as I approached the palace. I could feel it in my bones. I was on my way here when Azura showed me a vision. I saw Sunara killing Vivek. Even without Chodola, that damn staff is dangerous. I don't think that thing was ever the Archcanon. It called itself Barbus. As an Ashlander, I'm more familiar with Daedric lore than most of the elves of the Great Houses. Beyond that, I've made a study of the most prominent Daedric princes. Because Barbus is a loyal servant of the Daedric prince, Clavicus Vile. I'm not an expert on the Prince of Bargains, but it seems to me that this was all part of some grand plan. Perhaps Vivek can explain things better than I can.
Azura's champion is correct. That was Barbus, faithful hound of Clavicus Vile, a shapeshifter. He killed the Archcanon, took his place. Chodola sought the seal's device, impersonating Tarvus. It was all part of some elaborate plan. That was simply a consequence. They needed tribunal energy to locate the Clockwork City. I was the easiest target. If Barbus enters Sotha Seal's city, disaster will follow. I appreciate your help, but I must conserve what remains of my energy.
My brother, duped by the hound of Clavicus Vile. This is bad. Very bad. And the Tribunal God isn't in any shape to assist us. How can we find this Clockwork City without Vivek's help? Perhaps that priest can tell us more.
Must maintain...
What happened here? Where's... Oh, by the three, Lord Vivek looks terrible. Where's Archcanon Tarvas? He always seems to know what to do in situations like this. Barbas? The Daedric Hound? Wait, I don't understand any of this. But if Lord Vivek's energy has been depleted, then the Moonlit... Red Mountain... My gods! All of Vardenfell's in danger! If only there was a way to give Lord Vivek some energy... Wait! That's it! A blessing stone! Find the Overseer and retrieve another stone from the construction site. Oh, please, hurry. I've never seen Lord Vivek in such a desperate state. I expect the Overseer's near the unfinished cantons, watching out for looters. I'm not sure, but our first priority must be to restore some of the Lord Vivek's energy. After that, he can tell us. So the Seal's private domain. It said that the place holds the secret to remaking Nirn. I suppose that would interest Barbas and his master, Clavicus Vile. But Clockwork City can wait. The Moonlit hanging above us, not so much. Someone has to take care of Lord Vivek. I'll make the preparations necessary to return the power and the Blessing Stone to him. I'm really operating above my station here. I'm not the Archcanon, after all. A few moments ago, Red Mountain erupted and the Moonlit above the city dropped dangerously low in the sky. I assume that was when Lord Vivek's energy was depleted. If we don't find a way to restore some of his power, and soon, Vardenfell is doomed.
Down. It's moving!
Save us!
Fear.
Shinalas, where are you? It's too dangerous. My wife decides to run out and chase some damned looters in the middle of a disaster. Who does that sort of thing? She ran into the unfinished cantons. She's been beating herself up over the fact that they're behind schedule, but she won't do anyone any good if she gets herself killed.
Get out of there!
That was too close. We barely got out of there alive. I can't believe the Overseer's still in there. What's she going to do when the Canton sinks into the bay? Yes. The Overseer ran in there when she saw the looters. We tried to follow, but then the moonlit began raining fire, ash, and chunks of rock. Last I saw, she was chasing the looters into the far canton. Greed is a powerful motivator. We left tools and materials just sitting around, unprotected, when the priests ordered everyone to get off the streets. The looters happily risk their lives if there's a profit to be made.
No one steals from Lord Vivek. Another looter? You want a taste of my steel too? No, wait. I remember you. You borrowed one of our blessing stones. Well, the Archcanon returned it after Lord Vivek was finished with it, so no need to fret about that. That's impossible. We installed the Blessing Stone back in its canton and finished construction on that section a short time ago. Wait a moment. Does this have something to do with the chunks of rock raining down on the city? I suppose you're in luck then. We happen to have another Blessing Stone. It's at the 3rd canton. Here. This key will open the door to that portion of the construction site. Just watch out for more looters, and the rocks falling out of the sky. Varina? Was she still angry with me? No, you don't have to answer that. I know my wife. I'll head back and let her know I'm all right. Tell Lord Vivek he can have our Blessing Stone, as long as he promises to do something about Bardal.
Vivek, save us!
You've returned. Sounds like the city is falling apart out there, so there isn't much time. Were you able to get another blessing stone? We need to restore some of Lord Vivek's energy before the moonlit falls out of the sky. Perfect. Oh, I can feel Lord Vivek's essence inside it. I hope I remember how to do this. You'd better stand back, just... Hang on, Lord Vivek.
Sweet energy, like a sip of water for a thirsty man.
Oh, thank the three. Lord Vivek looks better already. Of course, the Blessing Stone is only a temporary measure. We still need to determine what to do about Barbas and the stolen energy. As Lord Vivek has written, the bravest heart never falters. You are truly Vivek's champion. I didn't know if the Blessing Stone was going to work, but I appreciate your help. Now go and talk to Lord Vivek. I'm sure he has a plan to share with us.
Outlander, my time grows short. Clarity emerges, like sunlight breaking through the clouds. Barbas must have replaced the Archcanon weeks ago. All to set the wheels in motion to steal my divine energy. Every move has a purpose. Stealing my energy sowed discord and disaster throughout the land, and ultimately revealed the location of the Clockwork City. If Barbas and his master can bypass the wards and enter Sotha Seal's domain, Clavicus Vile distracted me, weakened me, all to locate the Clockwork City. Perhaps we require a Daedra. To fight a Daedra. Azura's champion, Saren, in Archcanon's office. Seek guidance from her patron. But hurry. My time grows short.
Outlander, over here. I've been trying to find something that makes sense of all. Mortal, the Lady of Twilight has words for you.
So Vivek deigns to ask for help? I foresaw such an event, but scarcely believed it. Listen well. For if you continue to perform flawlessly, we might yet thwart the efforts of Clavicus Vile and his hound, Barbas. Just as I anticipated, the mysteries reveal that Barbas seeks to enter the Clockwork City. So far, Sotha Seal's wards have impeded him, but the hound has Sunra. You must beat him to the prize, the reservoir that holds Vivek's stolen energy. Such knowledge has been hidden even from me, mortal. But I know someone who can provide you with the means to travel to Sotha Seal's creation. Stand back, and I shall summon the Mage of Cogs and Gears.
Interesting. That shouldn't have happened. Now, where in oblivion am I?
Mage, this mortal speaks with the authority of the Mother Soul.
Interesting. Summoned by a Daedric prince and her mortal mouthpiece. I was right in the middle of a crucial experiment. But I suppose I can spare a few clicks of the cogs for Azura and my erstwhile assistant. So, did you break the tonal inverter? No, not going to happen. No offense to the Lady of Twilight, but Sotha Seal was quite adamant about keeping the place hidden and warded against the Daedra. Wait. Pistons fall into place. This concerns Sunara and Lord Vivek, I presume. Barbas, another Daedra. Thinking. So, Sotha Seal's forgotten tool was modified to steal Vivek's energy, which in turn energized the Clockwork City. Lit it up like the top of Red Mountain. Even Vile's dog would be able to see that. What is Barbas after? Wait, gears click into place. The reservoir! You need to reach the reservoir that contains Vivek's stolen energy before Barbas. I can get us to the entrance in Set's vault, beneath the Mournhold Temple. Ready to go? You'll need my help. I know the city almost as well as Sotha Seal. Follow me.
The Mother Soul has blessed us both.
To get inside. We have to hurry. Daedra! Vile creatures of chaos. Deal with them, please. Vivek's energy. It flows through Sunara. That's how Barbas is able to circumvent the city's defenses. Why is he waiting over there? I'll never understand what motivates these Daedra. Yes, thanks to Sotha Seal's magic, my former master is exceedingly brilliant. I thought you already knew that. Anyway, there's no way we'd fit in here at our normal size, so the magic altered us as we passed through the doorway. Always a chance, just depends upon the way the gears align. But I don't think he can spare too much to use against us. He needs it to reach the reservoir and do whatever Clavicus Vile sent him to do. Now, I really think we need to get moving.
Oh, my favorite dupe has finally arrived! Lock tight. Lucky for me, I've got Sunara. You may not believe this, but I really am happy to see you. I grew rather fond of you while I inhabited that dreadful dark elf form. Now you get to see me in all my glory. And soon, you'll be able to witness my greatest achievement. I'm going to bring my master's grandest plan ever to fruition. He'll be so proud of me. Just stay out of my way and enjoy the show. I promise it will be highly entertaining. My master has been trying to find this place for the longest time. He actually set the ball rolling. I saw an opportunity to improve his plan and make it better, so I took the initiative. This will get me back in my master's good graces, you'll see. Oh, yes, indeed. The grandest! My master and his partner seek to... Oh, no. Bad, Barbas. I almost gave away the surprise. Oh, you're a tricky one, you are. But my master will be so pleased that I stepped in and made his plan even better. Worried about the Archcanon? The poor old man. He died in his sleep, all peaceful-like. I saw an opportunity and leapt right in. Stupid Vivek. He never even noticed. I was masterful in the role, though. Don't you agree? Nice chat, but I've got to run. I've got a barrel of Vivek energy to collect.
Should take out the defenses, at least the most dangerous ones. I disabled most of the defenses in this section, but Sotha Seal installed numerous safeguards. I advise caution just in case. Barbas is ahead of us, and I know many paths through the city, just like the fox that chased the hound. With my help, the probability calculates in your favor. You must keep moving. The hound won't dawdle. Unless he comes upon an interesting smell, or a tree. Since we know Barbas's ultimate destination, I can open routes he can't access. Only one logical place. To the atelier where Sotha Seal conducted his study of divine energy. Sunara would have sent the stolen power there. It's not far. What Barbas and his master want with Vivek's energy, though, remains unclear. Most of them. Might be a random contraption or a wandering factotum still out there. And if Barbas smuggles in more Daedra, the other defenses will become active. Clear the path while I open the route. Then I'll catch up and join you.
wants your head!
Troy found a way through just like you said. What part is that?
Vivek's toy has me, you annoying creature. This way. The Seal's favorite atelier. I think Barbas is already inside. That's the atelier behind me. Not only is this the workshop where Sotha Seal experimented with divine energy, it also houses one of the reservoirs that can be used to power the entire city. A reservoir currently filled with Vivek's energy. Almost certainly, Sunara led him right to it. It won't take the Hound long to figure out how to access Vivek's stolen energy. Then he'll try to open a portal for his master, Clavicus Vile. As I said, the atelier is the workshop where Sotha Seal used Sunara to experiment with his own divine energy. The reservoir located inside was specifically designed to contain such massive power. As far as workshops go, it's a must. No, that's inadvisable. The atelier has defenses. You have no idea what it will do if it marks one of Sotha Seal's apprentices as an enemy. Neither do I. You go. I'll use the controls over there and help you from out here. Cauldron clutch activated. Open that vault and destroy its defenses. Control's responsive now. Open the north vault and destroy its defenses. hatch is active. Open it and enter the energy reservoir. Fluctuations ahead. Barbus is manipulating the energy reservoir. Hurry!
I've contrivance into a portal machine! Like my new armor? I wanted to wear something special when I kill you.
Then retrieve Lord Vivek's energy from the reservoir conduit.
Such a good and faithful hound. You have done enough for now. So, you're the mortal who gave my poor dog so much trouble. I suppose we should have a chat, you and I. How dare you discipline my dog? He was only trying to appease his master, and I'd never harm a hair on whatever insignificant creature you hold dear. You, on the other hand, require a lesson in manners. Indeed, what ambition! As you can see, Barbas isn't a bad dog. He does get easily excited and overzealous. He embellished my plans somewhat, but it all worked out in the end. And we found the Clockwork City. This little flea thinks it's smart, but my plans are beyond its comprehension. Still, by delaying the inevitable, you caused my associates and I some trouble. You'll stay here until you're no longer a threat. How does a few decades sound to you? Let's go. Quiet, dog! Haven't you... Wait. Who dares intrude upon my lesson?
Found you. Over here. Oh. Clavicus Vile. This isn't good. I lost you somewhere between the Clockwork City and Vivek. But it was simple enough to trace your energy signature to this Daedric shrine. Unfortunately, some power is interfering with my efforts to open a portal for you. That would be unfortunate for you. Luckily, you have me to assist you. Well, me and Sonara. Expend a small amount of Vivek's energy at the statue, and that should provide enough of a distraction for me to pull you out of there.
Begone, meddling wizard! That stings, little flea!
That actually worked. Well, glad to see you're still alive, Assistant.
Hurry, Outlander. Vivek is nearly spent.
My time draws to a close. Were you successful? So you retrieved my stolen energy. You stopped Barbas. To quote my 75th Sunara. And restore my energy.
Praise Vivek, his energy is restored.
Remarkable. No Ordinator or Armiger could have done any better. You uncovered a Daedric spy in our midst, brought a living god back from the brink of death, and saved all of Vardenfell. Well done, my friend. As my next sermon shall proclaim, modesty is the false cloak of a flatterer, or the sincere garment of the humble. Again, you have my gratitude, and that of all my people. Indeed, even those who rail against the tribunal owe you their lives. You have done much for me and for Vardenfell. But as the warrior says, do not think the battle is over when the enemy is dead. The hearts and minds of the people must also be won. I must ask you for one more service. Gratitude is its own reward, I once told the crowds in Ebonheart. But I found that some of my followers appreciate something more tangible. Help me reward those who aided in the saving of Vardenfell, so we can reassure my people. To start, retrieve the Archcanon's signet from the Hall of Wisdom. It is time to appoint a new head priest. I shall gather my people and meet you at my statue on the central canton. It shall be a glorious ceremony, my friend.
I've been away from my tower for much too long. Hopefully none of my experiments explode in my absence. I do love watching a good explosion. It was a pleasure having you as an assistant. Much better than those so-called hirelings I usually employ.
Who knew what we were getting into when we met at my ancestral tomb, eh, my friend? I'm just sorry that poor Archcanon Tarvus is no longer with us. I mean the real one, not the Daedric Hound. He really was a good man, and an excellent priest.
To save my people and the land itself, I was forced to sacrifice my brother. Chodala's own pride and ambition brought him down, but the blame falls squarely on Clavicus Vile and his damn hound, Barbas. Anyway, I am proud to call you my friend.